Tony Bellew is returning to Liverpool for another Red Hot press conference, so we asked the panel whether David Haye will lose his cool again in front of the cameras. The Haymaker is heading back to Bellew's backyard ahead of Saturday's rematch, live on Sky Sports box office, and he completely lost his composure after being taunted by the locals on his last trip to the city. Bellew pulled off a satisfying stoppage win in their first fight, but Haye has adopted a calmer approach to their second heavyweight clash and refused to be riled by his rival in recent months. Can Haye keep his emotions in check, or will Bellew provoke another angry outburst? The panel of experts have given their verdict. Johnny Nelson Tony has been trying to get under David's skin since day one, and he's very good at it. This will be David's toughest test. He is going into the lion's den and he will get goaded by everybody. David is in for a verbal shellacking. He looked at how he acted before the last fight, and said he didn't recognize himself. He was ashamed of himself. The hardest thing for David is to keep a lid on it, and turn his nose up. Tony said that David will crack. This will tell us a lot. Carl Fracci have said I don't think David Haye will bite, but Bellew is clever when it comes to this. He doesn't just start spouting rubbish and insulting him, he is quite articulate and he knows what he's doing. Is there actually any fighter out there that is as good as Bellew when it comes to that? I don't think there is. David doesn't know what to expect in the ring, but I think he knows what to expect when it comes to the psychological war. He knows he made a big mistake and he should learn from it. Dillian White David says silly things, but he's not stupid. He knows how to play the game. He's a decent enough businessman to make his way around boxing, keeps the fans on his side, and make decent money. He knows what to do, he's a seasoned veteran. I was surprised he lost his block the last time, but I think that was to do with the people around him. He didn't have the right corner team around him. If he had Adam Booth with him at that time, that would not have happened. Jamie Moore David Haye was the one who used to wind the opponents up in his heyday. He was very good at the psychological side and he had Adam Booth alongside him, and he was a master at psychology. He understands that all so well, so he really helped David. But now this one is a role reversal and he will be on the receiving end. Tony knows exactly what to do to wind him up and David will struggle to contain his anger. There is no Adam Booth now, so no matter what he tries, he will do it again. Tension will be high and we will see Bellew get him going again. David Price he's going to try and bait David Haye, especially in the Liverpool press conference, but David Haye is just going to be sat there with a big smile on his face, because he's learned a lesson from last time. He probably wasted and burned a lot of energy by being angry the week of the fight. I think David Haye might want to lure Tony Bellew into a false sense of security, where he wants to be his friend more. Bellew can go into the ring that little more relaxed, whereas last time he was on edge. I think that's a psychological tactic from David Haye. I think he will keep his cool until they fight. Bellew will be second-guessing whether Haye is acting up, or does he really respect me so much after our first fight? All Bellew needs to do is focus on himself, and do what he's been doing in the gym. I think it will take care of itself. Spencer Oliver Tony Bellew is great at getting under people's skin, but I think that David Haye has that experience and will be able to hold himself together. Going back to Liverpool is a real test of Haye's character. He's really going into the lion's den there. We know the Liverpudlians are very passionate about boxing and they know what gets to David Haye, and will be trying to break him. I think then we'll see exactly if Haye can keep his cool, and that's a real key factor in what might happen in the fight. Watch Tony Bellew vs David Haye 2, live and exclusive from the O2, May 5th, on Sky Sports box office. Book online here.